Hi, this is Janet Wright, and this is a recap video where I am discussing what I did in today's group healing. Today's date is May 2nd, 2017, and I just finished maybe 10 minutes ago the group healing. It's called a Mini Triplet group healing because it's 3 20-minute group healings. The first was on last Friday, April 28th, 2017, and then the second one was on Sunday, April 30th, and then this one is the third and final one of the triplet set. And again, it's May 2nd, 2017. So this one, this set was for 29 people by the end, because one person added on halfway through. So 29 people that are located in 6 different countries, and 2 of them are kids, which is super cute. Hi guys! Good for you! But really good for everybody, you know, and hello to everybody's inner child. Yay, you did it! Okay, so this healing, it was really neat. So I'm gonna just go through, you know, this video. In these videos, I just go through the details of what happened. But you don't have to watch it if you don't want. The healing works either way. It's just for your information. And oh, and a quick note, the mini triplet group sets that are for May and June, I think they're gonna sell out. So I mean, because this one was 29 people and I could have done up to 40, so it did not sell out, but I think the next ones will, just as a heads up. So if you're you know, just putting it off, what you want to do it, don't put it off. Like getting it, is just paying for it on my website under sessions, pay here, because the next one that starts May 12th is going to be that's like Mother's Day weekend, and seriously, who doesn't need some extra healing on Mother's Day weekend? And then like 2 after that is Father's Day weekend, I'm pretty sure. So I mean, seriously, like how perfect is that? But anyway, so okay, so what I did in this healing, similar to the start, the very start was a little similar to Sunday's healing in that I did like a grounding workout with people, but we actually didn't get up to yellow. We just did red at first, red groundings for everybody, and I helped people. Like I healed while everyone had a red grounding. I sent gold light to people's first layers of their aura, the one that's closest to your body, because energy blocks there cause fear and nervousness. So I just help people melt away, you know, any energy blocks that were causing fear in their lives, either conscious or subconscious. Not like, oh, now they don't have any fear, but you know, whatever they were willing to release at that time, you know. And then oh, it was funny because you know, with the surveys, I really do learn a lot with the surveys, and you guys have been real champions filling out your surveys, I gotta say. I had like close to 100% of survey responses for the Friday healing, and then pretty good for the Sunday one too. So I've been getting a lot of information to learn and get better with, so awesome. But anyway, there, you know, some people get tired during the healing, but then, you know, the healing works for them and they feel great afterwards. And what that is if you're getting tired during the healing, chances are it's like you're just kind of not staying in for all the energy release. You're kind of like, whoa, and your spirit pops out. So it was funny because since I knew the surveys, you know, I knew at least 2 people who usually pop out and get sleepy during the healing. So I was able to be like, come back, come on, come back, you know, and like see why they were popping out. So I helped those people and everybody expand the third chakra. Third chakra is, you know, if this is your sternum, the bone right here. Oh, nice hoodie, huh? Brand new. Woohoo! Anyway, if this is your sternum, this bone that goes down, and then when it ends, that's your third chakra. So when you feel sleepy, like when you're meditating or during one of these healings or, you know, whatever, it's because your third chakra is blocked. Because your third chakra, when it's open and flowing, it generates your third layer, and it's like you feel a lot of awake, alert energy. So I helped everyone expand their third chakra so that they could still release, you know, all the blocked up energy causing fear, and stay here. You know, come on, stay here, you can do it, stay here, release your fears. You know, so I kind of coached people through that, so they could release more. Because a lot of times if you tune out during the release process, you definitely limit how much you're releasing. So that was good to be able to watch that, and like, you know, when people would pop out, just be like, okay, it's all right, come on back, there you go, all right. And then we did orange grounding. You know, again, like that grounding workout is like, for me, you know, it's just a made up term that I use, but it's like, first you have your grounding at red and you release all you can at red, and then you have your grounding at orange and you release all you can through your grounding at orange, and then you do yellow. But we only did orange, because red and orange, because orange was really fascinating, because a good color for your second chakra, which is below your belly button, like an inch or an inch and a half. That second chakra is emotions, and sensuality, like sensory stuff, and sexuality. So like emotional blocks, you know, like frustration, sadness, you know, that's second chakra blocks. So I help people to, there were a couple of people on surveys that said that they'd been crying, but it was like a good cry, you know, like a release. But I mean, I get that sometimes there are cathartic, productive cries, but I think sometimes, you know, if you stay in your sixth chakra, you don't cry and you release a lot more, and it feels more like a good experience, you know, like, so, I mean, crying isn't necessarily fun, you know. I used to be a huge crybaby, so I know. So it's not that crying is bad or something, it's just the ultimate point is to, you know, release emotional stagnation so that you have, you know, this wellness, you know, and lack of repression, and, you know, like a sort of a positive emotional stability. So I like coached people through staying in their sixth chakra versus, because if you want to be in all your chakras, right? But then there's this extra part of you that where you kind of view from, and the sixth and seventh are like really nice places to kind of view from versus your fourth. If you view from your fourth, you know, you're kind of lovey-dovey, but you're also dramatic, and you can get caught in a lot of drama and melodrama, and oh, it's not fair, and oh my gosh, my life, poor me, wah, you know, playing violins for yourself. So if you get back up in your sixth and view from your sixth, which you could just touch, you know, your forehead, and just imagine that you're behind there, you know, like I always, sometimes I have to coach people in readings, like, get back in your sixth, come on, you know, because someone will go down here and then they'll be like, oh, why does this always happen to me, you know, so I tell them, you know, take the elevator up, you know, to your fifth and then to your sixth. Because if you view from here, it's not a pity party anymore. You just see the same life, but you feel different about it. You feel more like proactive and less like you're drowning, which is obviously really good. We want to feel in charge of our lives so we can do something about it. So anyway, so I coach everyone to like open up and expand their sixth chakra more. Third eye, that's, you know, the little nickname for the sixth chakra, which is non-judgment and vision. So if you're there, you can, if you stay there, then you can release more emotional baggage without crying and feeling unstable about it. It just kind of falls out of you like rain, you know, and you don't like feel it. You just, I mean, there may be a very slight sense like, oh, I'm releasing some sadness, but it's very slight. It's very gentle. It's not, I mean, it's the opposite of overwhelmed and crying your eyes out. You know, it's like, You just stay here and then imagine, like if this is your first layer from, like 3 inches out to like where your skin is, then this is your second layer, right? From here to here, all the way around your body, in front and back and everything, right? So you just imagine like any stuck energy, like maybe in front of your tummy, like from 3 inches out to 6 inches out. Here, we'll do a demo. So second chakra, wait, here's my belly button. So here's my second chakra. So the energy flows in the front, spins around, flows out the back, and it goes into my second layer, which is like right here, all around me, right? So then it just flows forward and then goes back in the front of my second, back out the back of my second, into my second layer, and wraps all the way around, even here and here, and then goes back in the front of my second chakra, right? So you want to keep this nice and open and flowing, the front of your second chakra, so everything flows. If things flow, you feel fine. So, maybe you still have a little bit of baggage, of course, but if it's flowing, there's no way you're going to feel drowning in it. You're just going to feel much more like you're having a decent day. So obviously that's key. So a second chakra, for me, a nice color for that is orange, like red for the first, orange for the second, yellow for the third, green for the fourth, like a rainbow, roji biv. So red, orange, yellow at the third, green at the fourth. I do 2 blues for for fifth and sixth. So like maybe a light blue and then a cobalt blue and then purple for the seventh. I'm too lazy to adjust my camera. So but anyway, I guess I'll do it now. Janet Wright, the lazy camera girl. Okay, lazy's a judgment though, so I don't like using that. But anyway, so that was cool, to watch people do that, because I think people release a lot more emotional baggage than they would have otherwise, and I think that, it was just cool to watch. And so I help people, I sent gold light to the second layer, all around them, and their second chakra, and helped them to have a nice expanded sixth, so that they were in their sixth from non-judgment and basically non-drama, and just release the old emotional baggage from that headspace of non-drama. Okay, woohoo! So then, oh yeah, and it seemed too like some people that were getting spacey and wanting to pop out a lot, and I have to keep coaching them back in, that they had more repressed energy in the back of their aura, like third layer, second layer, first layer in the back. So third layer, second layer, first layer in the back. So like all the way behind them. I noticed it more in the lower back, like behind their lower back, that they had more just repressed stuff back there. So if you tend to feel sleepy during the healing times, just a heads up, that could be everybody could stand clearing out the back of their aura, but if you feel sleepier with these healings, that would be definitely good homework. So just, if this is a copy of your aura, you imagine out in front of you a 3D round bubble for your aura, and then your grounding that goes all the way down the center of the earth. So like, here's the center of the earth, obviously it's miniature what you're doing, but say like, if I'm facing that way, you're facing that way, then you see the back. It's like you're seeing yourself in profile, and just kind of comb through the back, just with gold light, and just release whatever is healthy for you to release today, just with your intention. But the idea is you're just imagining like, stuck black chunks of energy, like black rock or black gravel, and you're just using gold light, and maybe you're bringing up some red earth energy from the center of the earth to like comfort it all, and just an orange earth energy, and just gold light. And then just at some point you just feel like it goes whoosh and starts flowing down your grounding, and just keep combing, making sure whatever amount that was gets all the way down to the center of the earth. So I just did that, and I just feel more, it's a very subtle difference, you know, energy work. I mean, sometimes it's like, whoa, I feel that. But for me, I just feel less pressure in my shoulders, and I feel more calm, more at ease, more like, hey, yeah, I'm mellow. This is a nice day. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Another thing from this triplet set I'm getting more and more into is those 7th and 3rd chakra connections between the body, physical body, and the spirit body, the astral body. So I know I've been talking about that in the other recap videos. This is like an extra little twist to it that I haven't mentioned in the other recap videos because I just learned it yesterday from the angels. It's like, okay, you know, just briefly, if I'm going too fast, just watch the other recap videos from Friday and Sunday to hear more about it. But so say if this is my physical body, which obviously it is, and then imagine my astral body right here, which I am gonna pop out and be right there just for a sec. So like right now, I'm out there. I'm right here. Wait. Yeah, right there. So I just went like this with my spirit, but now I'm back. So anyway, but just admit, you know, because I don't really feel like talking when I'm over there, you know, that's annoying. But anyway, so if you imagine your spirit next to your body, then there are actually connections, like good cords that you want to keep at the 7th chakra between your physical body 7th and your spirit body 7th, and then your physical body 3rd chakra and your spirit body 3rd chakra right here. So, you know, your spirit body looks like your physical body. It has an aura. It has a full set of chakras. It has an aura because chakras make energy, which fills up the aura. So whenever there's a set of chakras, there's an aura. So that's why my physical body, since it has its own set of 7 chakras, it has its own aura. So anyway, in like the Sunday healing in particular, I helped everyone really expand those connections, those good cords at the 7th and the 3rd, and I cleaned them out so they were a nice yellow and a nice purple. Purple for the 7th just because, well, because I run my 7th at purple, and I think a lot of people do, and then you don't have to, but I just think it's an easy kind of a system. And then the 3rd chakra, you know, yellow, and then, you know, so that cord, since it's sending 3rd chakra energy back and forth, would be that color, so it would be yellow. So anyway, there are ways, so a more detailed way, you just imagine, you know, stay present and just imagine that connection out in front of you, your 7 to 7 cord and your 3rd to 3rd cord, and just clean it out. Like, see if one's purple, one's yellow. And because some people in the, you know, sample people that I was looking at today, they had like white energy in it, which happens like if you have some energy blocks in the cord, like really thin, they could be really thin. And so, you know, like little coffee filters, you know, so the energy's going through them, but it's still there. It's still like a little energy block. And you just melt them away with gold light. But the problem is, if there are those cords there, then somebody you know could be cording into that. If there are those energy blocks, someone could cord into the energy block, and then they kind of channel their energy into that cord, which, you know, is really common. I mean, again, this is an advanced thing. So if I just blew your mind and you're like, whoa, I don't want to know about that right now, don't worry about it. Just like watch the scenery until I get to something simpler. Watch my hair. But anyway, so what you do is you like, okay, the energy, mostly your spirit is sending it to your body, although there is a little vice versa, but, you know, just watch. So like, say you have with your intention, like, okay, 100% of your energy at purple going through that 7th chakra cord to your physical 7th chakra, right? So at first it's 100% you. So then it goes along, 100% you, 100% you. Whoa, now it's only 60% you. What the heck? So that means it just that, you know, you just passed some energy blocks in that cord, and then at least one person is hooked into those energy blocks. And so then now it's only 60% your energy and 40% their energy. And chances are it's not like, I mean, there's no way that's a comforting feeling. You know, even if you really like that person, it's not a cool feeling. So if you just imagine those energy blocks like little, you know, little wedges, like little coffee filters or little checkers like stuck in there, you know, little coins maybe, and just, you know, clear the cords going into those energy blocks, and then clear the energy blocks. And then, so then it's like 100% you, 100% you, 100% you, 100% you, all the way through. So that means your spirit seventh is able to give like this really fully you kind of empowered, you know, great energy to your physical seventh. And same with the third, you know, is it you all the way through. And also, so that's one level, but then the other level is empowerment. Like to look at the percentage of like your empowerment information that's able to travel through that cord, because again, there could be energy blocks there, say like past life blocks, or, you know, pieces of energy from, say, like some of the clients, they have mothers that feel that it's their job to rescue them. But you know, this woman would be like, say 40 years old, but her mother still feels like it's her job to rescue her. You know, so God bless her, but you know, obviously she's a little bit caught in the past on that one. So then the problem is with that person's energy in these cords, that person gets caught in like a victim space, you know, and what they know about empowerment is not getting to their body chakras, because there's this inserted old energy there from their mother or whoever the rescuer is. And then basically they end up in these repetitive victim patterns a lot in their life. So that's an extra level too that I did with people today, is I just help people to the extent that they were ready, you know, release all that victim rescuer kind of dynamic from those two cords. So that way, like, all that empowerment information that they believe in can actually, you know, become more of their reality, and then they don't keep recreating these, you know, savior victim kind of dynamics in their life. So that's pretty cool. So you just like visualize the cord, you know, like say at the third, from the spirit to the body, your spirit to your body, and see, okay, 100% of my empowerment energy, 100% of my empowerment energy, 100% of my empowerment energy. Whoa, now it's only 20% of my empowerment energy. So obviously there's like some muck right there, you know, and somebody's corded into it, at least one person, probably a couple. So then you just kind of melt that away and melt away the baggage there. And then you're like, ooh, yeah, baby, 100% of my empowerment energy is getting to my third. So, you know, and that's something that, you know, it's not like you fix it once and then you're done, you know, like, particularly if you've been kind of stuck in dynamics like that for years, or if, you know, someone in your life is kind of stuck in a rescuer headspace with you, something you might need to keep checking. But if you know, you get good at it, you're like, okay, empowerment, got it, empowerment, got it. You know, I mean, it doesn't take that long. And then you don't keep recreating victim things, so that's good. And I had to do that twice, actually. I did that right then in the healing, and then I had to backtrack and do it again, because a couple people's mothers, like, that were really stuck in these sort of rescuer / controller, manipulator kind of dynamics, had like bars back in and been like, no, I'm gonna save you, and the people were like all blocked again. So I mean, I'm not laughing, like mocking the dynamic, but it is kind of wild when you see it. It's like, whoa, because I know everybody's really strong and capable and they don't need to be rescued, of course. So anyway, then, I help people clear by the way, this is a 20-minute healing, but as I always have to explain to people, it takes a lot longer to talk about it in the recap video. So I help people clear some past life burdens that were generating, energy blocks from past lives at the 4th chakra in the center of the chest, which has to do with motivation, joy, self-love, self-nurturing, commitment. Burdens that were making people feel like they didn't deserve or they weren't good enough. That whatever they do, they didn't do it good enough, or there's always something they didn't do. So I help people clear some of that. And then, then the angels are always picking sample people for me to look at in the group. And then they're like, okay, what he needs, everybody needs. So then that's how plus intuition, plus sometimes angels just spell it out for me, but picking a sample person, like angels pointing out a sample person, that's part of how I can heal 29 people at the same time. Don't try this at home, by the way. Do what you want, but my recommendation would be one of my participants, she's really good at healing herself these days, but she decided to do a group healing on her own for a whole bunch of people that she knows, and it didn't end so well. So just so you know, like, I'm not going to brag about all my experience level, but there is a lot of risk involved in doing group healings, just as a heads up. Okay, I won't say anymore. But if you ever want, to work more on your healing skills, anybody who's hearing this, I'm not one that says, I'm all powerful and you're nothing, that's not true at all, but if you ever want one-on-one info on, how you can work your healer techniques more, phone sessions are nice for that, because we get to talk and I watch what you're doing, and anyway. And by the way, phone sessions are all booked through June, so there's none available right now. The new dates for phone sessions for July through September of 2017 will become available May 22nd of this year. Pile. My sample person had like a pile of energy blocks in their grounding, which is very common. I mentioned that a lot in these recap videos, because like if you're doing accelerated growth situations, like getting these healings or getting readings, phone sessions with me, or some other thing in your life where you're accelerating your own learning and growth, your grounding is releasing so much more then, so it's more likely to get little clogs and piles of unreleased energy blocks that haven't fully finished releasing. So you just imagine a copy of your grounding out in front of you, and just imagine if there's a pile, and just wash it out with gold light. And usually there's some key energy pieces in there that a lot of people are corded into, and then you just melt away the cords, and then whoosh, it all just kind of goes a lot faster. So that's what I did for people. I just imagined the key energy pieces that were clogging up people's grounding, and I melted away the cords going into those key energy pieces, and then they cleared, and then everybody's grounding drained more. But then there was still some more, so backlog, little mounds in people's grounding. So I did it again. I imagined the key energy block pieces that were kind of holding up all the drainage, and I sent gold light there, and I melted away the cords going into those key energy pieces, and then when that cleared, then those cleared, and then it finished draining. And I do have a demo video that is good for clearing clogs in the grounding. I usually mention it in these recap videos. If I remember, I'll link it in the info section. It's in the demo style playlist of videos. It's called Grounding blah 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 blah, I think, for focus and letting go, and it's 22 minutes long, and it has very pretty outdoor scenery with fog in the background. And then a different sample person just had some, which I have right now, just a little bit of like energy blocks up here, like slowing down the upward movement, because like your 7th chakra generates energy and then it sends it upward into your 7th layer, and then it flows downward like a spherical waterfall all the way down, that your purple confidence energy all the way down to the bottom of your 7th layer, and then your 7th chakra is like this awesome little motor, and it draws it back up into the bottom of your 7th chakra in there, and then it shoots it back up and downward again. So anyway, it's easy to get like a little bit of a traffic jam up there, it's like little pieces of energy stacked up here. So you just gold light and kind of melt it away. Yeah. And you can feel like the fountain just kind of gets stronger. The upward fountain from your 7th gets stronger once you clear that blocked energy. Yeah. And like I just kind of felt the need to move my neck around. It's like your neck you're more aware of your neck after that. Oh, so as I said, then I had to go backtrack and help people with their 7th and 3rd chakra connections to their spirit, between their spirit body and their physical body, to like clear that rescue victim cycle, because their rescuers had jump back into their space and block them up again. Rescuers. Then I help people expand their 3rd chakra, little musical interlude there. I help people expand their 3rd, 2nd, and 1st chakras, which are below the camera angle. Just because in these healings you clear a lot of energy, so your spirit 3rd, 2nd, and 1st get like bigger and flowing and generate more energy, but sometimes your body 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, they don't just automatically expand. You have to do it yourself. So you just imagine gold light going up and down your spine of your physical body, and just with your intention, expand any chakra that needs expanding. But particularly in this healing, it was 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. That needed expanding for people, so I just did that with people. I just helped them to expand their lower 3 chakras, 3, 2, and 1, as much as they needed, because then it's like you just fit in better. It's just easier. Like if they're too tight, it's kind of like you're trying to fit into really tight jeans, which not so comfy. And then my sample person they just had a little bit of aura rips and tears in their aura. So like my aura is like, this is the edge of my aura. I think I have a couple like right here. So it's just like little tears right here. These ones are not very deep, so it's like only in as deep as my 7th layer. So I just, if you do it with yourself, you just kind of comb through it, and they just kind of mend up. And now they're just like little dents in the outside of my 7th layer. So yeah, now they're fine. I just imagine like gold sparkles when I'm done, when it's all mended up. But if you suspect, like if you start feeling crappy or something, like I had a client email me the other day, and she's like, I've been feeling really bad lately, and I don't know why. And I looked, and I'm like, whoa, because her aura, like rather than like a happy bubble, it was like, it was like all this horrible missing gaping holes in the top of her aura. And that's gonna make you feel so lousy, because your aura is supposed to protect you and keep you safe, and the flowing energy of it just helps you to process things easily and get over things easily, and keep your focus. So if you have trouble focusing, particularly like in meditating, if you have trouble focusing, you may have tears in your aura, but also in life, so anyway, whatever, blah blah blah. I have 2 videos on the basics of that: energy wax part 1 and part 2, WHACKS, energy wax part 1 and part 2. But anyway, so I helped everyone with that, but nobody had really terrible wax, so that's cool. Oh, and I was almost done. 6th layer, for 6th chakra, which is 3rd eye for vision and non-judgment. like when you imagine stuff, like if you visualize your energy, chances are you have like you're imagining it and you see an image of it like in your 6th layer out in front of you. So like 6th layer out in front of you. And I mean, you don't have to think about that too hard. It just sort of happens that way. And when you imagine your future, a lot of times you're imagining it like kind of up a little. Like, I don't know why, that's just kind of how it works. So some people have this dread or like almost a compulsion to know their future, and like a phobic compulsion. And a lot of times that's because they have real compressed, blocked energy right there in the upper part of the front of their 6th layer. So it kind of, paints this awful, risky picture of their future. So then they're always like, oh, but what is it? What is it? What's going to happen? So if you just clear out your 6th chakra, if you set it to like a cobalt blue maybe, but like a bright one, not like one with lots of black in it. Because black is like the lowest vibration. It's very stuck and stagnant, or depressed maybe. So just like some kind of bright blue, that you like, and but it could be a cobalt if you want. And then, so that means that your whole 6th layer becomes that color. The energy that's you in your 6th layer is that color. So then just kind of sense, okay, is this 6th layer above, which is basically your future viewing space, is that, that pretty cobalt, or is it like got black chunky weirdness, And if it's got black chunky weirdness, just clean it out. And if you feel like it's hard to clean it out, just ask your angels to clean it out with you. And I use gold light coming out of my fingertips and the palm of my hand, which again in the demo videos, some of them, like that grounding one that I mentioned, grounding for focus and letting go, that's 22 minutes long. That one talks about using your hands. Anyway, so I did that for everybody, just real briefly at the end. And I did a little bit, not a grounding workout, but just like really gently gold light and everybody's grounding. And then 8th chakra, that's that, this was the last thing with the grounding. This was the last thing. Like your 8th chakra is the part, it's also, a part of your eternal spirit, but it doesn't go in your physical body. It's like stays above you, sometimes way, way above, but sometimes, pretty close, like maybe up here. That would be relatively close. So then you imagine it's like a gold sun shining down on you. And it's your 8th chakra, so it's shining down like your eternal wisdom. So I just imagined if anybody had like energy blocks, like little chunks of energy between their gold sun and the top of their aura, that they were ready to release. I just helped them to clear that with gold light. And because when you feel that 8th chakra energy coming down, it's very comforting. It's kind of awakening. You feel lighter. You feel a little like things are going to be okay. Like, like everything happens for a reason. It's like sort of an inner wisdom kind of a vibe. So I figured that would be a nice comforting way to end the healing and the mini triplet set. Okay, so that was all I did. It takes so long to explain. All right, well, cool. I hope you enjoyed the video and that it was of benefit to you in some way. And if you want, you can give the video a thumbs up if you feel like it was worthwhile. The point of doing that would be that YouTube then takes the video more seriously, and they're more likely to suggest it to other people who are searching for, energy healing or remote energy healing or chakra healing or whatever. So cool. And if you have any comments, feel free to post under the video. And thank you everyone for your surveys if you're a participant, and please also this survey as well. If you could just take a moment and fill that out. Okay, bye.